Hello, Calm Farmers, and welcome back to the Calm Farm. Calmly farming rice and vegetables every day of the friggin' week. We're back, and it feels good. What's on the agenda today? We are going to we had a whole discussion about this yesterday. Okay, the bale campaign is behind us. We have one in-game month until the rice harvest begins. That's going to be short grain rice, followed by long grain rice, followed immediately by the barley drilling season. The barley plant is going to happen. So we've got to get everything squared away before that. That's going to mean cultivating the barley field, running a load of deliveries, and then maybe, if we got a bit of time, we fly into some rice harvesting. Let's see how we do. Now, first thing I wanted to check was this. I think we cop this. I think we do it. It's only 25k. It's a larger header than the one we've currently got. I think that's a worthy cop. Bang. That is all. All right. What devices are where? Got a full complement of trackies. Let's get them down to the barley field. Get them moving. We'll get them at least ready for some farmers to join us. Then I'll start dishing out some deliveries. Goody gumdrops. Get this one down and ready to go. Get the time scale maybe moving a little. Oh shoot. Nearly a disaster. Okay, that's fine. Get that time scale going. I need to lock in here, guys. Yowza. Get that time scale going, get these devices out and ready, get some deliveries run. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this one is here and ready to go. I'm going to leave it for whomever comes along. And then start checking in with these deliverables. What do we got? Full load of tomatoes. Eggs are looking sorted. Eggs there could go. Potentially a run of cabbage. And then I am going to have to check over at the dairy, see what's happening there. We have butter and chocolate. All right. Rubber, g'day mate. Going bloody great. Super chill day at work. Nothing went wrong, just easy money. How you doing, Rubber? Yasmin, hello. That's good, Rubber. There's a really good book called One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. I forget who wrote it, but it's about a man in a Siberian gulag. Don't know when in history it was, but it's a moment by moment description of his day in full, with no holding back, and all of the sort of horrors that he faces: the starvation, the shortage of food, the incredibly hard work, the freezing temperatures, all of the sort of the nightmare that he suffers through daily. But then it gets to the end of the book, and he says, no, today no one died, no one got taken away, no one disappeared. I have a small amount of bread hidden under my mattress, and more or less nothing went wrong. I think about that book all the time. One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. I mostly used to think about it when I lived in Colorado and it was freezing fucking cold and I was picking apples or something. On the agenda today, guys, we are going to bash through some deliveries, cultivate the barley field, and then potentially, I don't know if you guys are both gaming, if we get it all done, we could launch into some short grain harvesting, which would be very cool. Good question, Yaz. Now we're talking. Yaz, perchance a nap as well? Jesus, a tornado. Yikes. What the frig was that like? Okay. Nice. That does sound so cute. Just some toadies sleeping in a pot. Just a toad sleeping in a pod. Do 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 do. Wondering what he's got and what he's left behind. Just a toad sleeping in a pod. Ain't no amount of window ringing gonna make him cry. Toad sitting in a pod, my dear, oh yeah. Wondering what he's got and what he's left behind. A toad sleeping in a pod. No amount of wind or rain is gonna make him say goodbye. Okay, so depending who gets in first, we've got the green Fent with Cultivator down at the barley field ready to go. Whoever gets in second, jump in the Deutzfahr. Hook it up with the blue Cultivator behind the big shed. And I reckon run down to the barley field as well and just bloody get sassing that shit in, please. Start smashing it. It's just a toad sleeping in a pod, my dear, my love. Toad sleeping in a pod, making a murder on a window melon. Toad sleeping in a pod. Dude, if I was a toad, I'd have the fattest, most irresistible toad ass. Yaz, if you go jump in the green Fent and start cultivating down at the barley field, or if that vehicle's already took up, you can jump in the Deutzfahr, hook up the blue cultivator behind the big shed, and same thing, go down there and launch into some cultivation down there at the barley field. Hey Fish, what's up dude? How are ya? Doing a very, very sus load of vegetables here. Could just do one trip, but no. Go extremely slowly. Good, good. Just been working, smashing it. Smash it on the IRL prop. Gonna have to go very, very slowly in this. I'd say probably 40 Ks is even too fast. Whoop. You guys want to see a nasty load going by? Just take a look right here. But yeah, I'm good, thanks, Mr. Fish. Very chill day at work. No issues. Just chilling. If you've got a big dirty load, calm farmers, you want to keep it to 40 Ks an hour. That's my experience of it, at least. Anything over 40 and you're just asking for trouble. Okay. So maybe this is actually the path through here. That makes sense. Interesting. I'm just a toad sitting in the drain. Oh, oh, oh. Wondering why the pain, oh, goes away. I'm just a toad sitting in a pot, looking at my toad gold friend, thinking how lucky I am for all the things I got. Toad sitting in a drain. Do 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 do. Sitting in a pot, my friend. Okay, 14K in fruit and vegetables. It's nothing to turn your nose up at. Correct, Fish. Clarice Starling is the one and only Yasmine, the Yasmine Dream, the queen of the farm. Let me cut these suckers off. Out of the way, bozos. Clarice Starling is the name of a fantastic fictional character in the film Silence of the Lambs. I don't know if you've ever seen that one, Fish, but it's pretty freaking scary if you ask me. Bit of a creepy one. I know some people like to be spooked and scared, etc. Mr. Rubber. You're alright, fish. Don't worry about it, bud. It was nothing important at all. Oh, nice one, Yaz. Okay, nice one, Yaz. Exactly as good a use of your time. Hey, Rob. Nice one, fish. What we've got going on is deliveries followed by cultivating, and once all that is done, we're going to launch into some rice harvesting. So yes, any numbers we can get. The main task everyone will be doing will be working those little rice harvesters. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with those. What's going on your farm? Killing it here at Hutan Pantai, Rob. Smashing it. Everyone's still buzzing after yesterday's big bale campaign. The huge, flawless victory that we achieved there. Well, I'm still buzzing at least. Nice one, fish. Thank you very much, Yaz. I'm gonna park this up here. Go get in the cultivation game with Mr. Bubba. So for tomorrow, so we're going to get the cultivating done. Yaz is putting the final touches on these deliveries. We're going to return the fiat to the cow fold. If someone really wants to get ahead of schedule, we can get some grass ready for the goats, but that's not urgent. Do 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 do. It's good cultivating when the weeds have just come in on the field, because it means that we weed and cultivate in one. I've just realized this very moment. Pretty cool. Just a toad sitting in a pot, wondering about all the things he's got. Just a toad sitting in the rain, trying to forget about the pain. He's a toad sitting in a hurricane, wondering, can I do this all again? He's just a toad sitting in a pot, good God, oh yeah. Do, do, do. Toad sitting in a pot, wondering, oh good God. Wondering about all of the toady little things he's got. He's just a toad sitting in the drain, crying, wondering about the falling rain. Toad sitting in the pot. Oh, oh. I'm having a hard time thinking of even the first one on that list. Top 5 hits about toads. He's just a toad sitting in a drain. There should certainly be more songs about toads. There's a song by, I believe there's a song by either Peter Coombe or Don Spencer. Don Spencer might have had a song about a toad. Did Don Spencer have a song about a toad? His daughter Danielle Spencer was married to Russell Crowe. We're talking in rhymes tonight. Why? I don't know. Jeez. Falling pretty slow here. I might even get off this uphill row and just get going on some more even ground. He's just a toad sitting in the pond, trying to look at I'm the only one writing in these toad lyrics here, guys. Just gonna leave me sitting in the pot like this. Toad sitting in a pot, wondering about all the toad things he's got. Toad sitting in the drain. Something, something, pouring rain. Toad in the eye of a storm. Hurricane in there, yeah. Toad on the road, got nowhere to go. That's good. Living in the pot. Yeah, the pot's his home. Rain and hurricane, surely. Rain, pain, hurricane. Drain. This toad's going through it. He is. But he's thinking to himself, is it even being worth born? I'm a toad. God damn it. You know what I mean? Like, what's going through a toad's mind when it's sitting there? Can toads feel sorrow? What you know, Darwinistic purpose would that serve? What survival value would sorrow have for a toad? You know, it's like, do fish feel pain in their mouths when they just eat shells off the seafloor all day? Why would they develop that? Me as well, Rob. But do they have this feeling of sorrow? Or do they just feel ecstasy when they escape the rain? Or something like that. Getting pretty close there, Rubber. How you doing, Yaz? Ah, nice one, James. Smashing out there, bud. Not tempted to get in the rice game? Start pulling in some of the good stuff? Nice. Did you opt for short or long in the end? Or like us, are you considering a combination of the two? Your farm's broke, Fish. It's tough when we've been broke many times on this farm, don't worry. Are you talking IRL? Because I sense that we are too. Nice one, Mr. Rubber. Going to put these back for a little while. $47K. I mean, look, we've been down to like 5 and 6K. We've gone way, way low. Remember, having money in the bank in this game is only worthwhile if you're going to use it for something. If you're planning to, if you're saving up for something, if you've got expenses in the future, that's when you want to have money in the bank. Other than that, invest it into something if you can. That's what we've always done. Money in the bank in this game is just sitting there doing nothing. Basically wasted money. It's called Farming Simulator, you know, not having money simulator. Yep, agreed. Okay. Looks like Yaz is out the door. I'm going to jump into Fiat real quick. Drop her back to the the dairy mill. Mr. Rubber, while me and Yaz put the finishing touches on this day, would you be able to please feed the chickens? Oops. Oh no. Oops. Oh shoot. Long grain will grow if you, I think it takes 4 months. But you need to make sure you water it each day, except for the last month. If you're having a hard time remembering it, you can always go into calendar, crop calendar, scroll down to long grain, and then you can see the green. April is where you plant it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. September you can harvest. I can very, very rarely remember. Just off the top of my head, I have no chance at remembering. let's check out these food quantities. Chooks are good. Cows could use a dose of hay. Alright. This is why we've got these monstrous hay bales. Okay, that means you don't have to cultivate, right? Huh? Hey. What the fuck's going on here? The freaky. I was sure you could just, I'm sure we've just put them there in the past. What? Alright. The cows won't eat their hay after we harvested it all day. It only takes loose stuff? No, surely it takes bales. We've put bales in there before. I mean, can we load up the straw spreader with it? They only take straw. Yeah, me too, Rob. I was pretty much certain of it. Maybe I need to dump it into the... Maybe I need to dump it direct into their friggin' enclosed yachts. What happens then? I'm certain that we have, like, put bales in this fucking shithole before. That is only a tiny little bale as well. It's got 1% hay in it. Alright, we're going to leave it overnight. Just going to forget about that till tomorrow. They've got enough hay. They're good. They're friggin' good. Temptation of an 18k harvest, but no, I really want us to, let's get all the gear back. Everyone's home. Whoever's parking these LVs, wonky. just take a second and park them straight, because it'll means that they all fit, and then, you know. We do have to get them all switched over to the big tippers as well. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought. I swear I've seen that happen. It's something else. Huh. Fair enough, yes. That's pretty straight. All right. Now, let's get into next month. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice one, Rubber. Just seen you doing that. Oh yeah, no, you've done that straight, Yaz. It's all good. Do 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 do. Oh, you're linking up some grass, yes. I reckon we launch headlong into the rice harvest. Where's Walter? Is that Wally's full name? Okay. Now, as the morning breaks, guys, if you all want to just undertake some, you know, some horseplay, some, yeah, have a go at the horsies. Ah, I just saw we lost Yaz. Ah, scandalous. Interesting. Is that because your grandma's iPhone, iPad, iWatch all connect at once to the Wi-Fi? Girl, I love that. I love that for your grandma. Queen. I think, like, you know, there's a lot of devices that are really good gateways, I think, for older people. iPads are like that. Good, like, computer gateways for them to get into computing when maybe it's not so natural or easy for them. So you've planted the long grain, then you need to let 1 month go by. So once you've planted it, just leave it be. The next month when you wake up, that's when you want to flood the field. And then you want to flood it for the following 4 months, and then leave it dry for the final month before you harvest. I'm pretty sure that's how it's done. Oops. Oh gosh. Okay. That's good, rubber. Okay. Maybe just dump some maybe just dump some of that grass, I think in the middle road there, and we can just belt it onto a small tipper and take it up to the goats. We should probably hit the goats with some grass, I reckon. This is such a dicey rig, this one. It's got like 1 millimeter of clearance from the blades of the rice device. Dyson and Ryson. That's how we do it. Just take some nice wide turns. Oh, this asshole. It's so, the cables, I don't know, it's a hard one to remember, that one. Oops. All right. Yaz and rubber. The machines are here. Skidded across the finish line with them. Nice. I'm not sure about that, James. I've only ever given loose grass to loose grass, and they accept hay as well. The goats. They do accept hay. And then James, once you let the reason you don't flood the rice in the final month is it then dries out and comes to look like this. That's the purpose of that. Nice one, Fish. Love to hear that, brother. Sometimes when you lock in and just like slowly go through every little thing that you can do in a month on your farm, I don't know, the results come pretty quickly. Not quickly, but me as well, James. Me as well, dude. You know, the other night when we were baling that grass, that's a lot of that was the first time I've done that. I've certainly never made goat's milk before. This was my first ever rice farm. Well, our first ever rice farm. It's a great game like that, just so many little puzzles to solve. And Yaz and Rubber, whenever you're ready, I got a couple devices there for you as well. If you want to launch in and start sassing into some of this rice, some of this good stuff. Oh, nice one, Rubber. Thank you. Oh, yes, there you are. Oh, nice one. The goats only take grass. Okay, nice one, Yaz. I tried to feed them hay yesterday, and I'm not sure what happens, but yes, load them up. They accept hay, but it doesn't. Hay isn't one of their listed foods, and there isn't like a hay meter. It's really weird. Maybe they just eat the hay like grass. They probably do. I don't know. This central lane here, I reckon we just have it sort of grass on one side, hay on the other. We're going to need the hay for the horses. We're going to need grass for the goats. Yeah, and just enough to keep them like topped up. The goats, we should try and keep like them with full bellies and with a couple of trailers full of grass just next to their thing. The horses, I don't know how to help them. They seem to eat a lot of hay. We have a lot of hay, but I want to preserve the cow hay for winter. Even though I already gave them 2 bales yesterday. Talking in rhymes again. What the heck's going on here? James, do you ever have any desire to come join us on our farm and get a piece of the action over here? We're always in need of farm hands. As you can see, we've got tons of work. It's really a endless amount of work that we have on this farm. the days where we get through our work easily are where we have minimum 3 people working, I find. Alright, we got Yaz on a device. Very cool, very cool. Just finished the bottom bowl, which is nearly a full device worth of rice. That's called the trifecta. All 3 of us driving in the exact same direction at once. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool, James. That does seem like a cool game. Kind of old school, and it's like, I mean, 007 is like an old school, I suppose, franchise. But it seems like sort of an old school game in some ways. Very much, and I saw that in that, in the Indiana Jones game. I feel like it was just a really cool kind of throwback to another era of FPS. I was a frog stuck in the drain. Waiting for a hurricane. Hello, Kiwi Farmer. Welcome back. Lovely to see you there. It's short grain day. We're pulling in the short stuff. Me, Yaz, and Mr. Rubber. It's always such a pleasure to crack on in the field with these guys. Thank you, Kiwi. It's really nice. Are you an IRL farmer or a digital farmer? And whatever the answer to that, what do you farm? Please tell us. I agree with you there, James. Definitely agree. I think FS25 is a great improvement. Underrated, you know, when it came out, a lot of people were saying, oh, it didn't change anything. I think it just changed a lot of things very subtly. Cool. What's going on your digital farm? What kind of stuff you got happening out there? I'm sure I've told you already, we farm rice and vegetables here. Huge swathes of rice, both short and long grain. And we also harvest vegetables. No way, really? Oh God, take my money. Just shut up and take my money already. Oh, cool. What's Whitcomb Park like? Is that I've not seen that map. Kinlake is the downloadable Scottish map. And what do you mean by a greenhouse challenge? I like the sound of that. Greenhouse only farm? We've got a ton of greenhouses on this farm. I'd say we made all of our, because we did start from scratch, 250k, hard economic difficulty, and just wanted to grind it out at first. We basically did it by, purchasing this little setup here. And just running delivery after delivery. We then also bought the canning factory on the other side of town and turned those vegetables into kimchi, which was the, oh, one sec. Hi, mate. How you doing? It's 007. Yeah, I think so. It's Gately's North to Tunnel. Yeah. And then if you really want to irritate John, you put John's small drive instead of James' small drive. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. See ya, you too. Alright. Contracts, and yeah, we're familiar with that grind here on this farm. That sounds really cool. Good challenge. Are you tempted to generate some kimchi with those veggies? That's what we got into, and it was financially rewarding and emotionally pretty rewarding as well. I think we'll get away with it. You know what's really strange about us, Kiwi Farmer? We have only ever played this map. I have only got experience in playing Hutan Pantai. So in my opinion, Hutan Pantai is the best map. I think it's one of the better farm sim maps I've ever played. It's a vanilla map, but I think they really, really nailed it with this one. Really well balanced, nice level of sort of challenge. It's not an easy map to play. I wouldn't say it's quite difficult, but also just beautiful and rewarding. It's got a weird personality. Yeah. Big fan of Hutan Pantai right here. Kind of love the weather, the mist, and like the hurricanes and the hail and the seasons, the highway, just how narrow the streets are and how you're sort of forced to use smaller vehicles in order to like actually navigate the sale points. It's great. Oh, cool. That's sick, Kiwi. Yeah, we launched, same thing with rice. We were just like, new crop, let's go. We just fucking launched straight into it. Oh, you finished the temple. We haven't done that yet. We were grinding the temple for a while, but then we just got extremely distracted with other stuff. Congratulations. That's cool. Have you had our farm tour? Have you seen our farm in full, Kiwi? You want me to give you a look? Nice. I mean, I'll run you through the kind of process of it if you like. Home base, obviously up here. Keep the LVs in the middle, gear there, harvesters in that thing, tractors over here. This is sort of the engine room of the farm, the greenhouses, which are here and here. We run loads of those things to the kimchi, to the canning factory, which obviously you go along the highway. And the canning factory here. This was the big outlay. We bought this day one, 350 grand, incredibly expensive when you've only got a $500,000 budget, but it paid off. So we run the fruit and vegetable there to be turned into kimchi. We then have the rice fields, These were the original 3 rice fields here. We then bought that property next door, built another 3, built that property, built that one. Added these 2 fields at the bottom rather late in the game, but they're there now. We then, when we were harvesting the rice, we made the chicken coop, or the chicken coops, pardon me, which we used, which when you harvest rice, when we harvest the rice, we take it all to the flour mill here, where it's turned into flour, which we load onto trucks and run across the highway, also to the canning factory, which when added with eggs, create the ingredients of rice noodles. Once we started producing rice noodles, that's when we had access to a little bit more money, because they were making us, you can make $35,000, $40,000 a month on rice noodles if it's running at full capacity. And once we had access to that kind of money, we added these 2 large fields, which we plant with long grain, and then eventually we added these top 3 fields. Then we really started printing rice money. You know, we were getting rich all of a sudden. So then we went up the hill a little bit, cleared out all of this land, cleared a goat track through here, and added some animal herds up here. Why are all the goats standing together like that? It doesn't matter. They're possessed by Satan today. Goats and horses. That brought us into sort of like an animal mindset. You know, we really liked running the animals. We also had to buy this large field here to plant barley and feed all of them. They're discussing stuff, Rob, exactly. And this is the most recent addition. We call this these are the servo shops. It's the dairy and the cow field here, which we really enjoy running. It's just a dairy right next to a cow barn that produces butter, milk, goat's cheese, and chocolate. Oh yeah, let's have a look and see if we can just see in here. They did. They accepted the bales. They didn't accept that one, so we need to pick that one up. But if you put them in the haul row, in that little thing there, they do accept the bales. I guess they just take a certain amount per day. We also have the bakery over here, which is what we do with all of the milk and butter, and the leftover rice flour and the sugar, which we produce at the sugar mill here. So we own a lot of productions. We own a sugar mill, we own a canning factory, we own the bakery, we own the flour mill. And we basically just, just constantly load pallets all day and night. And, you know, a lot of it is a pretty high labor thing, but we've got so many nice people who join us on the farm that it all feels very doable. Thank you, Kiwi. We're thinking of adding a cereal factory. Do you ever made cereal in this game? Do you know anything about that? The cereal factory, the soup factory is also got a question mark over it. What do you think? We've been talking soup, haven't we? The idea of the soup factory would be, I guess, gigantic fucking building. Okay, well, talk to me about cereal. Soup factory is better than the cereal factory. Okay. Oh no, wait, we've already been past it. There. We'd put the soup factory, I guess, here. And then load it up with parsnip. Nice one, Kiwi. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, excellent. Flying through the work here. Nearly got ourselves a full dog truck of short grain. Beautiful. Yeah, the thing with short grain is you need a lot of farmers with you. A lot of farm hands. It worked well when we were on TikTok, but geez Louise, if we didn't find some random characters out there. Oh shit. Damn, I've wedged this sucker. There we go. We're just chipmunks playing in the rain. Do 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 do. With the short grain, you can only harvest using these harvesters. I don't think you can pull in short grain using a regular size harvester, unfortunately. Kind of got to take the slow approach. The big benefit of short grain, James, is that it's cheap to set up. These devices cost next to nothing. The planter costs almost nothing. The saplings cost nothing. Very cheap to start up and maintain a short grain farm. The issue is the low yield. The reason that we still plant short grain is that when you put short grain into the flour mill with it produces rice flour. When you put long grain into the flour mill, it also produces rice flour. But they both take up a different production slot within the flour mill. So they both produce at the same time. Short grain rice produces flour at the same time that long grain rice produces flour. So you get a double yield of rice flour while there's both of them in there. Now, there's no way that you can harvest, not no way, but it would be extremely difficult to harvest enough rice flour to last a year of flour production. God only knows how much rice flour you would have to harvest. There was a period where we planted these whole fields with short grain, and it was not enough to fill the flour mill for a year. Is that a mod, James? The colorized harvester? Or is that something I could buy right now? No, they all just do rice. Colossus Harvester. It's just base game, it's not a mod. Me and Yaz just twins. Aha. It'd be a pretty valuable mod to be able to pull in the short grain sands without using these little guys. Often we do switch back to, often we skip short grain seasons. We have in the past done it, but eventually we have too much rice is the issue with that. We have an oversupply of rice and an undersupply of rice flour, because we want to run the bakery and the canning factory at the same time, and that involves quite a lot of rice flour for a year-round project. We need the once yearly short grain boost to rice flour production. Oh, look at that. Is that just a painting or what? Am I looking at a poem right now? I love that moment. Yeah. And then I fucked it. And then I had to spoil it all by saying something silly like I love you. See that girl? See that girl? Just dosing up this dog truck with rice. Love it. Okay. You've hit it too hard. I'll run that in, Yaz. Do you want to jump in this device? It's got a little, the tank is more emptied than your one. Here it is, guys, exciting moment. The first short grain load of the season. Dumping it off. Dang, James. Yeah, the AI is actually has gotten worse from FS18 or FS19 to FS22 to FS25. It did get worse each time. The AI. I think they're right to discourage us from using it. I think depending who you hire, there should be different levels of AI. Like some AI, you'll find them just smoking cigs at the back of the depot, you know, or just sitting in the device on their phone up the back of the thing. You have to go give them a nudge and be like, "Hey, man, are we working or what?" Oh yeah, Yaz has got it. Yeah, go. But then I had to spoil it all by saying something crazy like I love you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I was a frog in a jug, in a jar, in a pot, and I wondered why so hard to remember what I've got. I was a toad in a hurricane, the eye of storm, so very calm. I was a toad out in the rain, wondering why. Okay, we're getting there with that one. Toad in the pot is toad in a pot in a hurricane is getting there slowly. It's coming along right, Yaz. I'm ripping off bits and pieces from lots of other different songs and applying the world of Toad to it. Thank you, Rob. Thank you very much. Featuring Lemon Twigs, yeah. Lemon Twigs do kind of make Toad music. I mean this in the kindest way possible. There is something totally about those boys. Totally rad. That's the name of the band. Totally rad. That's the name of our Toad band. Total eclipse of the heart. It's insane, Rob. It's kind of infuriating. You're right. It is an outrage that two young men should be so very, very talented. It's just kind of an affront to everything, you know. People practice their whole lives. And those guys practiced a lot when they were young. They really did. But Toad the Wet Sprocket is great. I was going to say prog rock, but probably we should go with frog rock. Are we flying too close to the sun, boys? Maybe. Yeah. But maybe we're soaring pretty high here. Maybe we need to take a step back from the ledge. There we go. That's the big field done. go and get me a piece of this boot. I don't know what the bigger field is. I think the boot is the biggest field of all of them, yeah. It is bigger than that one. Oops. This first lap of the boot is ugly. Going along the edge of it and the edges are all jagged. Ugly business. Oh, good shout, Yaz. There's a header trailer. It's an interesting device. We did buy a new header, a larger header. I don't know, it's quite large enough to warrant its own trailer. For the headers, the header is like the part on the front of the harvester that like chews up the barley or the rice. And because it's so wide, you often put them on a trailer and pull them along like a little cart to the job, and then you put on the header, and then you return the header to the trailer afterwards. It's cheap. It's real cheap. We also just don't take the headers that far. Oh shit. I feel like we'd be going through a whole process just in order to, you know, when we should probably just leave it attached, or maybe stash the header down here somewhere. Just stash it under the viaduct. Clutter, yeah. We've been pretty good with the clutter of late. Been pretty good about it. Not giving in to our baser instincts of purchasing. It is a very, very boring second-hand store right now, I will say. Nice little jam we're generating here. That's cool. And hello, Mr. Rubber. Ah, thank you very much, James. That's really nice. We are kind of rice experts here. It's a crop with its own set of intricacies. I wonder if there's something we're missing about rice. Rice oil is something we're yet to create. I know you can make rice oil, which is a product that we haven't made yet, and a product that I am interested in. There's a sort of fork in the road for our operation. At one point we had too much rice. It wasn't all fitting in the rice flour mill. It was building up year on year. I think we had 300,000 litres of it spare. And there was a discussion about purchasing the oil mill and getting into the rice oil game. And instead we just packaged it, sold it as packaged rice. And that was a handy little earner for a second there. That was making good money. That sells for about 500 a pallet, I guess. Basically, we instead of picking up the rice oil project, we switched to making sugar. We got our hands on a bunch of red beets, or sugar beets, and we're sort of into that for a while, just because we make sugar at the bakery, and we sort of did it spontaneously, I guess. Sugar wasn't actually the best idea for us. But right now, if we do these fields short grain, those fields long grain, we end up with enough long grain to last more than 12 months at the flour mill. So we never run out of long grain. We never stop producing flour. And we also get a little bonus few months where we produce extra flour, and that's what keeps our bakery running. So we kind of balanced it in the end. Took us quite a while to figure that out. But yeah, currently the long grain in the grain mill, yeah, there's still 12,000 litres of it there. And it's been 12 months since the last harvest. Hey, Thin Blue Line, good to see you, dude. Going good, man. Just ripping in the short grain with Rubber and Yaz. Loving it. How you doing? Nice, nice. So I don't know how to judge it, but we're probably going to end up with about 70,000 litres of short grain from these fields. Oh no, we lost Yaz. Yeah, see, James, we were really focused on building the temple, and then something happened, I don't know what, we kind of lost our thread. We got quite a good way through building it. Then we just lost, at the final hurdle actually, we just lost motivation. Oh, cool. What does full realism mean for you, Thin Blue Line? Like super slow pace. Full realism for me would mean basically doing contracts on someone else's farm forever. Sadly. Which I'm comfortable with. Nice. Oh, like auto, does that load pallets automatically or? Do you have to, for example, open the door of the tractor or like close the clasps on the back of the tipper? Okay. See, a lot of people say, why don't we use that? Because we constantly load bales on this farm and pallets. Like yesterday, I loaded, oops. Yesterday I loaded, no, God, no. Yesterday I loaded 6 times 9, 72 hay bales. And then on top of that, every day we load the full output of the of the greenhouses. And we will, for example, load everything from the canning factory. They're all pallets. And we will, today I think, load all of the rice. So we're kind of insane pallet loaders. We load our pallets and most of what we do is loading pallets and bales. That's cool, Thin Blue Line, I love that. Do you have to do it by hand? Like you have to walk up to the trailer and press a button to open them? What about hitching trailers? Do you have to hitch the trailers yourself? Like go up and press fucking hitch trailer? Okay. I'd honestly say 50% of what we do on this farm is loading pallets. We are a very pallet heavy farm. Okay. Well, you've never seen me ghost ride the tractor? I do that all the time in this game, don't I? The big one would be crash mechanics. If they added crash mechanics to this game, it changes everything. Oh yeah, good shout, Rubber. Oh, nice. Yaz is back. Nah, see, that's the thing. You guys think you want to see auto-loading pallets and bales, but the viewer at home would hate it. The viewer at home would not accept if our bales just started loading themselves and pallets started loading themselves. You would think you'd accept it, but you wouldn't. Also, I'd become redundant on the farm. My main use to this farm is my ability to load pallets and bales. For real, Rob, for real. A lot of people would say it's the dance of life. Those people are sick in their head, but a lot would say that. Right, and there it is, the short grain harvest. Well done, guys. Rubber, Yaz, do you want to unload those devices? And would you run these dog trucks over to the flour mill? Then before we jump off, I am going to load we've got a monster load of flour here. So could I then get Yaz to grab a pallet of strawberries and head to the flour mill, please? Well, pallets is seriously life, though. Agreed, Rob. Agreed. So, okay. So both dog trucks get unloaded of short grain. So, Yaz, do you want to run that in the... Maybe grab one of the utes, actually, and pick up that just single pallet of strawberries. Then I'm going to get you a couple of pallets of rice flour as well. That sounds like a cool mod. I like the sound of that. And guys, once you're done with the rice devices, you can just set them to the side. They don't need anything more done with them. Oh yeah, I was getting to the danger zone. Man, I need to take better care of that red ute. I just flog that thing constantly. The devices that get used by me like really do go way too long without a service. It's a super bad habit. Look at this forklift even. This thing's leading a hard life. Okay. So we'll leave that there to put on the ute. So in terms of the ute, Yaz, maybe just grab either the piss ute or the Pink Panther S, I reckon. I think that'd be a great addition, Rob. I mean, even if it just like increased the need for repairs, crashing into something. Like if there was any retribution for crashing the vehicles, I think that'd be a good addition. Yeah, add in elements of Car Mechanics Simulator, which is a great game as well. Correct, Rubber. Correct. Any short grain you got on you there? Straight to the flour mill, please. Like a Pierce truck standing in the rain. Do 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 do. Red Ute? Oh, yeah, cool. No worries, Yaz. Perfect. So you're just going to take a single strawberry palette and maybe run, I'll just get a little side selection of rice flour here for you. Oh, where'd you come from? Hello. All right. Yep, just pull up wherever, Yaz, and I'll load this up. Perfect. Whoop. Right there. Just give that a one of them. Whoop. What is going on here? There we go. And then I'll even get you one extra if you back her up a little, Yaz. Yep. Bang. All right, if you could run all that to the bakery, please, Yaz. I think it should accept all of that. Very nice, very nice. James and Thin Blue Line just talking about the pain of loading pallets. You know, you got me You got me hyped up to do it. I really am a fiend, I guess. Jonesing for the pain of pallets. All right. That's that. Okay. That should just about sort us. Yeah, the bread was out of rice flour. Okay. Canning factory is also running kind of low on rice flour. All right, we're going to give it a good dose. Okay. And Whomst is free. I think Rubber's doing stuff. I might even just run this one in myself. Oop. That sounds like someone readying up to do a load. Where's that sound coming from? Am I going insane? Oh yeah, before I forget. Oh, someone's still in one of the Asekis. Okay. that. Love driving past the farm on the highway. Really satisfying. Oh, nice one, Rubber. Thanks, mate. Okay. So tomorrow night, we could theoretically, we will definitely jump into the long grain harvest. Now that's a harvest that we've actually been getting done pretty quick, just because it's the two harvesters running simultaneously. This year we're also going to have a larger harvester header, having purchased one at the start of this month. So we might even be getting it done even quicker. I reckon at the same time that we do that, we drill in some barley if we can, you know, depending on the numbers of people we got on deck, leaving us in a position for a Friday night fiend sesh where we fly through a few months in one crack. Have I got this right? Yeah, tomorrow night's long grain and barley planting, and then between October and March we have months basically of not quite nothing, but you know, a period of time where we can move fairly promptly through our tasks. I forgot, we will also need to do a cultivation campaign on the rice fields. Okay, well, I'm going to use the facilities real quick. If you guys want to run back to the depot, and then we'll, I guess, shut her down. We've done all that work for the day. Okay. So, that's the short grain harvest done. Ahead of us, before the our next speed run, we have the following tasks: harvest the long grain, cultivate the rice fields, plant the barley. Those are the key things that we got to do before we can speed run. In between those things, we need to do all of our loading, get that all up to scratch. We need to do a sale, I would say, at the canning factory. And we need to get the animals fed off of, you know, the foraged grass. Okay, Mr. Cow Cow, look at him go. There are now adolescent cows, I think, in the cow fold, and to say they are prancing does not do it justice. They are prancing. Anyway, sorry, what I was saying was we need to feed the goats, the horses, and the cows, just fully top them up with grass and hay off of the ground. That way we're going to have a major stash of... Oh, fuck. Do we need to do a run of grass bales for the goats? Or can we just leave them with... Can we just fill up 2 or 3 tippers? 2 or 3 of these little tippers with grass, and that'll get them through the winter. That should be the case. I think we can just fill up 2 or 3 of these. They look fine. Yes, I agree. Okay. So we're going to get a... Nice. Okay, so I reckon we expand this to be a larger tipper. We double the size of that, fill it with grass. Then we get a nice pile of grass here in the haul road. Nice pile of hay, which we already seem to have. That's going to sort the goats and the horses for winter. Their needs aren't that big or bad. We have all of our food sorted for the cows over winter. They're going to be good. If this isn't 6 months worth of fucking cow food, I don't know what is. We figured out, Yaz, with the cows that based on their percentages, total mixed ration would be 100% of their needs. Grass and hay would be 100% of their needs. Meadow and hay would be 100%. We just need to make up 100% out of those percentages there. I think. Fuck, they're somehow down to 0 hay again. My god. These goddamn cows and their friggin' hay. I'm gonna go give them a quick dose of this stuff. Alley-oop. I just said these goddamn cows and their friggin' hay. Jesus. Bit of a struggle there. Hello, rubber. So we are still kind of finding our workflow in terms of feeding these cows. Or these animals. I don't know how farmers regularly do it in Farm Sim, like what the done thing is. I just don't know that. I have no idea. Right, so they didn't even accept a full load of that hay. What the hay? What the Salma Hayek? Hayek? Yeah. Anyway. I don't get it, eh? Total effectiveness? Okay. Total capacity. Okay, so in total they can hold 33,750 litres. At the moment the meadow is making up 17 of that. Grass is making up 20. That's already more than 33,750 though. That's what I don't understand. Okay, no. 33,750 is the 28k grass plus the hay. The meadow is a side quantity that we don't understand. Yep. Yep, I think you're right, Rubber. All right. Okay. To the farmland, my loves. I say we let this field, I say we press pause on the rice harvest. Or, no, okay, so it goes rice harvest, barley planting, and then we do another grass campaign where we make a whole shitload of silage. We're going to get our head around total mixed ration. Zero solace, yes, I love that. We need mixed ration. Okay, Yaz, Rubber, you convinced me. I was trying to take a shortcut. You're right. Total mixed ration is looking like it's going to be a must. We're just going to get our head around it. I think what we do is just get one of these giant forage mixers. Get one with like 45 meters of capacity. A huge friggin' silo king. And just shit this goddamn crap out. There's a new trot? Mr. Fast had a baby? And its name's Trot? They just went ahead and named it that? Oh, that's so funny. Ah. Mr. Fast. I didn't know you were a girl. So wait, there's Nifty, there's Mr. Fast. And it's Trot too. That is Trot too, right? Yeah. That's Trot's baby Zeus. And that's OG, no, that's Ivory. That's Trot's baby Zeus. This is Trot. And this is Mr. Fast. Okay. How do we rename the horses? I'm going to change its name to Done. Nifty Trot. Mr. Wait. There we go. Fast Junior. Little Fast. Little Fast. All right. I love that digital horse more than 99% of living creatures. Good on you, Mr. Fast. Who's a girl? Good on you, little Fast. Let's see how fast you really are. Hiya. Pretty fast. Clear the bins. Alley-oop. Damn, Mr. Fast. Clip-clopping along. Well, not Mr. Fast, Little Fast. Jeez, we're going to end up more horses than we know what to do with. It's going to be like a plague of horses over here. More so than fast, you shall be clean, my boy. Very good. All right. I mean, look, if that ain't a win, I don't know what is. Months of hard work paying off in the form of a horse who seems to be worth $100. Okay. Rubber's Trot cashing in at 5 grand. That's nice. That is a nice looking. Look at all those hundreds there. I like that. But you got to get them a bit of hay as well. I'm going to drop some off right now. Okay, so campaigns that lay ahead. We've got the rice harvest. That's not even a campaign. That'll be next month. Then we've got the cultivation campaign, a genuine campaign and a difficulty to face. We can do it. Then we've got the major cow feed campaign, the TMR. The total mission reachable. We can do that as well. We're going to figure out TMR. We're going to make a whole flickin' pile of the stuff. Those cows are going to be so satiated they won't know what to do with themselves. We are also going to conclusively sort out what do we do about the animals? What's the process of feeding these things? Because I mean, me and Yaz, we have the process of the deliveries so internalized, so run through that we don't have to think about it. We don't even have to think about it. We just run the deliveries, harvest the rice, put it in the flour mill, and it all just takes care of itself. There's no discussion about what we do on the deliveries. We know. With the animals, we don't know. We're facing these problems one at a time and just having to do our best and try our darndest. And it's working, but barely. And I want it to get to a flow state. So I think that's the big goal right now. Before we open another account, before we get any soup happening, before we get any cereal happening. I want us to get these animals taken care of as a matter of habit. That's my big goal on the farm right now. A good step toward it is I think the Magical Meadows over here. Huge step in the right direction. Big step in the right direction. Magical Meadows are a not just a great place to hang out, but you know, that's where we're getting our food from. Do we want to purchase a small, cheap wagon here with a silage additive capability? Yes. Yes, we do. Yaz, you're ready to give the go ahead for that. This is another auger wagon. I mean a forage wagon. Smaller than the other one, but you can add a silage additive tank to it. You can see it there. And that's going to mean that we put silage additives to it. So we harvest grass into that, we dump it in a pile, we put that grass into bales, we wrap the bales, we stack them on some shit, we stack the fuckers, we leave them for however long, it'll let us know, I assume, when it turns from grass to silage. We did do this on another farm for an experiment once and it worked. You wrap it, we didn't do it with additives, we wrapped it without additives and it took forever, but I think we're going to just, yeah, that's going to make things better, easier. That's how we're going to get our silage. That's interesting that should show up in the shop like that. Okay. Is there a Teeter grass contract here? Did we just see one? No. Oh, there is. Yeah. Interesting. This is something I've wondered about. If we take a contract to harvest this huge quantity of parsnips and deliver them to the canning factory, does our canning factory get the parsnips? Because this contract here, the delivery point for the parsnips, so the contract is to harvest parsnips and deliver them to the canning factory. There's too much to fucking think about in this game. Anywho. The process going forward is going to be tomorrow night we harvest the rice, we get that out of the way. Once we've done that, we plant the barley. Those are the two priority items that we have to do. That's our boring homework, we've done it a million times. After that, we theoretically have all winter, we have the end of autumn to get some silage. And I think we should do that next. So goes rice harvest, barley planting, silage campaign. Then maybe winter won't be such a speed run situation. Maybe we need to spend one of the months of winter cultivating the fields, getting everything organized, getting this silage, TMR, whatever the fuck is going on, figured out. That's good to know, Yaz. Fuck that contract. There's our plan. We know more or less what we have to do before we do some more speed running. I would love to fly through 2 or 3 months of winter and just put him in the back pocket and, you know, turn around and look at this forest, and it'll be twice as tall next winter. I mean next spring. As soon as spring hits, these fuckers are gonna jump. I wish it was total meal replacement. It's total mixed ration, as I understand it. I'm excited to see what those beech trees look like. I'm so excited to see what these cherry trees look like. Wow. Get those batteries, girl. Get those batteries, girl. Alright. We got a plan. The weekend is nearing. Hopefully I don't get any work. Hopefully it buckets rain and they just fucking can the whole thing again. We can do another fucking 3 days of me not getting paid and doing the real work. Anyway. I'm going to head back to the farm so I can look you guys in the eye. Razel. You're all up with the horses, aren't you? Of course. It is very calming. Anyway, guys, I'm still so glad to be out here running around with you all. It's a hoot, it's a slice, doesn't matter what kind of day I had at work, I feel nice after this. So I appreciate you all. To our new viewers, thank you for joining us. I hope you like the vibe here on the Calm Farm. If ever you want to join us and get a bit of work done, don't ever be afraid to jump online. We're all about farming rice and vegetables, looking after our animals, and most importantly, making friends and hanging out. So that's what we're all about. And with that, I'd like to say, yeah, Pwn Zone. You said it, Yaz. With that, I'd like to say, Yaz, Rubber, especially, thank you. You know, it's a session we've done many times tonight, pulling in that rice, but it just gets better and better. Couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you kindly. Our other homework is to go away and work on our toad poem. So let's see if we can't come up with something nice there. Anywho, good night, you guys. Stay safe out there. Stay positive about the future. And keep your boots strapped tight. And your eyes on the Brumbies. Anyway, good night, you guys. I'll see you all next time. I love you. Goodbye. See you later, fish.